issue we got rectified yesterday. Now, alright, anybody know the formula for the area of a trapezium? It's A plus B over 2 multiplied by H, where A is one of the lengths, B is the length of the base, height is the perpendicular height in between them, which is 2x. So it's going to be x plus 20 divided by 2 multiplied by 2x, which I'm quite happy with. Alright, multiply that out, and long and behold, it's what they said it was. X squared plus 20x. Who got that? Just look up in the tables, was it? Alright. If the area of a trapezium is to be 400, so x squared plus 20x minus 4 equals 400. Now, it doesn't give you a choice, does it, with the method? If you were to do the, let's say the minus b formula, which you could do if it didn't tell you had to complete the square. Would everybody agree that's just what we're doing there, isn't it? Could somebody really quickly do that and tell me what the answer would be? Just out of interest. So minus 20 plus square root 20 squared minus 4ac, so minus 4 times 1 times minus 400 all over 2 times 1. Alright, I'm getting an answer of minus 10. The x value would be minus 10 plus 10 root 5. Is that the same number? That's if we do the minus b formula. Is that the same number as that one? It is, isn't it? Just change it around the other way around. Is 10 root 5 minus 10 and factorize out the 10. Alright, this ain't working. Factorize out the 10. And you get 10 into root 5 minus 1. They don't allow us to do it that way. You got it? They're not happy with us doing it that way, so we have to think of doing it a different way. Okay? So I think what they were looking for was this. Complete the square using this here. So what's half of 20? 10. Okay? Now, yeah, got it. Alright. So square that out, you get x squared plus 20x plus 100. Would you be happy with that? Now, what's the problem with that? If you have an extra 100 on the left, you definitely need an extra 100 on the right. So what would that turn that into? 500. Everybody cool with that? Now, x plus 10 squared equals 500. Everybody cool with that? Now, if I gave you y squared equals 500, what would you tell me the two answers are? The square root of 500, wouldn't you? It'd be plus or minus the square root of 500, and square root of 500, oddly enough, means one answer is plus 10 root 5, and the other answer is minus 10 root 5. Which answer is allowed and why? Alright, let's say both answers are allowed. I don't have y squared. What do I have? I have x plus 10. So x plus 10 equals 10 root 5. And x plus 10 equals minus 10 root 5. You'll find one of them's a positive answer and the other one is a negative answer. So x will equal 10 root 5, take away 10. And that's the answer we had earlier, wasn't it? Could have got that using the minus b formula instead of completing the square. And with this one, we can clearly see it's negative. And because it's an area question, the length can't be negative. So we can just completely write that answer off. Okay? Alright. Probes used to record temperature of a patient indicate there is a temperature change occurring to this. Okay, now generally throw it into the calculator, just have a quick look at what's going on. So we go mode table function, you do 36 plus 4x, you just get a gist of what's going on in the question. X squared. It's a time question, so it starts at 0, doesn't it? I can go all the way up to 20. I can go a step of 1. I'm just having a look at the temperature here. Right? Starts off at 36, goes to 39, 40, 39, 36, 31, 24 now. If that was real life, you'd be in real trouble by 31. You're meant to be somewhere in between, let's say, 35 at worst to 40 or 41 fever time, yeah? So you're in real trouble after 6. Now, does anybody see a maximum? 40 is the maximum. Is it symmetrical? As in, is it the same size point either side of the maximum? It's a 39, a 40 followed by another 39. That means it's definitely the maximum. If it's symmetrical either side, it's definitely the maximum. I already know the maximum of this right away. I know what happens at t equals 2. So essentially I already know what I'm looking for. I haven't even started the question. Okay. Alright, let's do this. We're writing it in this form here. Now, alright, there's a problem with that. Every time what the problem is, I have a minus t squared for once. So could anybody suggest a way around that? You can't multiply by minus 1 because that changes the formula. The formula is temperature of your patient equals this. If you multiply both sides by minus 1, you've changed the formula. Okay? So I'm not allowed to do that. But you were close. Minus 1 into t squared minus t squared minus 4t. Everybody cool with that? Still plus 36, yes? You have to take it out to make a perfect square. Because anything multiplied by itself is always positive. So you can't get something multiplied by itself and give you a negative t squared. That's impossible, okay? Now, zone in on the t squared minus 4t, and what you get there? T minus 2 squared, yeah? And what do we have then? T squared minus 4t plus 4. So I'm going to replace this with minus 1 into t minus 2 squared. Is that alright? Now what is that then? Multiply this by minus 1. What do you get? Minus t squared plus 4t. Take away 4. Compare that to your original. Am I too small or too big? How much am I too small by? 40. So I have to add on an extra 40 at the end to make it work. Is that right with you guys? Now, and that's my equation. Now, where did I say my maximum occurs at? Find the maximum. For it to be a maximum, would everybody agree this is minus a guaranteed positive number? Does everybody see that? That's minus a guaranteed positive number. Because t minus 2 squared has to be positive. Yeah? So we want to make that number as small as possible to make it a maximum. So what the t value will cause that to be a maximum? You want t minus 2 to equal to 0, and therefore you want t equals 2. And we already knew that, didn't we? And then, so we're going to get minus 1 times 0 squared plus 40. So what's t maximum? What's t max? 40. Are we cool with that? What would be, in this case, what would be a safer way of doing this question if you weren't sure about the negative stuff? You could do the question using what? Identities, couldn't you? Why could you use the identity quite handy this time? They actually give you the equation they want you to use. So what could you do in this question? You could just multiply out the identity if you wanted. Once you multiply out this identity, you'll get a into t squared minus 2tp plus p squared plus q at the end, and then we'll just have at squared minus 2atp plus ap squared plus q. And you could do what you did a couple of chapters ago. You could just say, look, a is minus 1, which we know already, don't we? Then you could say 2atp equals 4t. And then finally you could have said ap squared q equals 36. You could have done it that way quite safely, to be fair to us, right? Because they gave you the equation in the question. All right. So that was also an option if you got stuck. Okay. Now it says use it to determine how long in hours it will be before the temperature returns back to normal. I've got the answer to that. 2 hours for 40, 4 hours for 36, another 2 hours. Okay? How long in hours before it returns back to 36? So you can say, in an answer like this, I'd say t equals 4 hours later, or 2 hours after the maximum temperature. Now, do you think I'll get full marks for that? Why not? I haven't shown any work whatsoever. I can't just say input it into the calculator, found it out. That's not going to work for you, okay? So, here's what you do. You put your equation, which one's the proper equation again? This one here, yeah? What you put your temperature equal to? Your temperature equal to 36. Now what do you think happens next? You're going to end up multiplying this out. So you're going to get minus 1 times t squared minus 4t plus 4 plus your 40 minus your 36 equals 0 minus t squared plus 4t minus 4 plus 4 equals 0. That's a handy one. Minus t squared plus 4t equals 0. I'm going to multiply both sides by negative. T squared minus 4t equals 0. Factorize t into t minus 4 equals 0. What this essentially means is t equals 0 means you start off the question with 36 degrees. And then the other answer is going to be t minus 4 equals 0. T equals 1. Check your calculator. You can see at the very beginning, you're also at 36 degrees temperature. All right, who got that one out?